Hello, Heroclix land. Welcome back to Talkn Clix, where we celebrate the heroes of Heroclix. I'm your host, Wespool. With me, as always, is my faithful co-host, Scott the Missing Link. Hello, Scott.
Good evening. Hello.
We have a very special guest this evening. Who do we got tonight?
Tonight we have Matt Corrion.
Hello, Matt.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for being here. Missing the Grammy Awards to be here.
Oh, no.
You got the invite?
My wife is Maggie. She's carpooling the kid around all around town. She's missing it, and one of her favorite artists is getting best new artist. I don't know. I don't watch that stuff, but she really likes this one artist, and she's missing it to do the carpooling so I can do this.
Thanks, April, for doing the carpooling tonight. Sorry you're getting to miss it. Maybe next year you get an invite.
There you go. Well, gentlemen, thanks for being here tonight. So, Matt, tell us a little about yourself. Where are you calling in from?
I'm in the Metro Detroit area, specifically Troy, Michigan.
Oh, my old stomping grounds. I lived in Flint for a good 5 years.
Yeah. I went to school in Flint.
I'm sorry.
University.
So, how long have you been playing Heroclix?
I've been playing Heroclix since the game came out.
Oh, wow.
I played it.
Hold on. Right off the bat, Wes, how old is he?
That really threw me for a loop because I thought he was being in his 20s, but if he's been playing since the beginning, I don't think he was playing in his diapers. So, oh gosh. When did it start?
2002.
Jeez. Okay. 35?
33.
I'm 34, but I'll be 35 in a few days.
Oh, Wes, you got it. You got it, Wes.
Man, I would have guessed like 10 years younger,
26.
except for the Heroclix comment. So that threw me off. You have a baby face.
Good to look young, I guess.
Hey, this just proves that Heroclix keeps you young. So if you want to stay young and spry, play Heroclix.
But
You wouldn't know that Wes is like 70 with as much Heroclix as he plays.
Well, I've looked 40 since I was 18. So
So at least you found your plateau.
I was in junior high walking through the halls, and people thought I was one of the teachers. All right, so how'd you get started in Heroclix?
Well, my brothers and I always used to go to the comic book store and play like Pokemon and Magic when it was out. And then my brother's friend got us into Mech Warrior when that had started. And, back then they paired it all together. So it was Mage Knight, Mech Warrior, Heroclix. Mech Warrior was always fun, but I gravitated most towards Heroclix just based on the content. I'd probably still play Mech Warrior if it still existed, but not that big into BattleTech or any of those things. But that's
I love playing BattleTech with the sheets and all the dots you had to fill in to kill the robots. That was a good time. Wes, I don't know if you ever played Mech Warrior or the old BattleTech game.
I feel like I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
It was it had a map where it had like octagons, I believe, and you had to be able to draw lines of fire within your radius to shoot people, and you had a ton of dice to roll for hits. And you had your little battle sheet that you would fill out the dots saying, this is how much armor I have left in this area. It's all random on where stuff would hit. So good times.
I was laughing at the Stranger Things. I'm still working my way through. I'm at the end of season 4.
So
and
I want to pause right there.
What?
In your episode with the roundtable, you were talking about Hopper.
Yeah.
Do you get it now?
Yeah, he's a badass.
Okay.
But I was laughing because they were doing the whole, D&D is going to make all the kids devil worshippers and all this stuff. I remember that from the 80s. Like, music violent video games, D&D, were just going to make everybody these super evil, blood-sucking demon people. And now it's like one of the most popular games. I wonder what Heroclix would have been like in the 80s if people have had the same take on that.
I'm sure they probably would have thought kids would be jumping off roofs thinking they could fly and all sorts of stuff like that.
Ooh, there's a song, "Always Trust Your Cape." It's an old song. It's like a country western style song. It's about a kid who thinks he can fly, and he didn't know he couldn't, so he kept trying until he did. Always trust your cape.
Do you remember that from the 80s, Scott?
Oh yes, I remember. There was I want to say it was a Tom Hanks movie where the guy went crazy playing D&D. Like he got stuck in the fantasy realm playing D&D, but he was real. So
That sounds like a good movie.
it was weird because like I think he got lost in a cave or something. I don't know if it was based on a true story, but I want to say it was Tom Hanks.
I remember people saying like people were acting out their characters in real life and like actually killing other people or something. I don't know. Crazy stuff.
You're gonna make me look it up. Tom Hanks D&D.
So, man, other than Scott Porter, if we had a celebrity to be the face of Heroclix, who would you want the celebrity to be?
Oh man, that's a good one.
I want Morgan Freeman just so he can read the rule books to people.
I'd say I probably want someone who played a superhero, so maybe like Andrew Garfield. I think he'd be a good face for it. He seems like a pretty.
I like that. I like that. The best of the Spider-Man characters or Peter Parkers. All right, the movie is called Mazes and Monsters, starring Tom Hanks. It was released in 1982.
Well, I will have to Google that and see if I can find it on Roku or something. Sounds like a good movie. Man, have you watched all Stranger Things?
I haven't watched this final season yet. I've been meaning to, but just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I hadn't watched one episode until they announced the Stranger Things Clix, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta get on this.
Yeah, it's definitely a good show, and I think it's good that Heroclix continues to branch out into other properties like that. I would have never thought they'd make Stranger Things Heroclix.
Day late and a dollar short on it, though. They could have done it in season 2 or season 3 and be like, hey, here we go.
Would have probably been a lot cheaper back then, too.
Maybe.
You know,
yeah, probably. For them, at least.
Yeah. When I watch movies, I often kind of mentally in my head play with, how would they Clix this character? How would this character look in Clix version? And other than 11, I really don't know what they're going to do with the kids. Like, they don't really have superpowers, at least that I have seen yet.
I think they're going to have supporty type powers.
Yeah.
Where they're helping each other out /11/Hopper.
They better make 11 crazy.
Nah.
What?
Now, what do you want them to do with 11? She's going to have TK? Mind control?
I mean, she blasted a guy into an alternate dimension, so...
Force blast?
Force blast on steroids. I don't know, it'll be exciting.
All right. So what do you do for a living, Matt?
I'm a mechanical engineer.
Wow.
I work at Cummins, specifically in customer support for engineering. So design a lot of truck parts.
Nice. Cool. So the person who turned me on to you, other than seeing you online a lot, I keep seeing your name pop up in mentions. I'm like, hey, you might want to be friends with Matt. And I keep seeing Tim post like he's the I don't know, administrator / the guy who coordinates the events in the areas. So I reached out to Tim and I was trying to get him on. He's like, nah, I'm not going to be that good of an interview because I don't play the game. You need to talk to Matt and this guy and this guy. So.
Well, so the local area in Detroit sort of like died off during COVID time, as I'm sure everywhere did. But it never really came back very strong until the X of Swords OP event came out. And the only reason
That's a big time frame.
Yeah. The only reason that kicked off was because Tim had some connections and got the kits for us to be able to run it at a store. And then he just ran it like at cost for us to be able to play and run it. And then that kind of kicked off the one store that actively plays. Well, there's two now that play in the area, and that really like kickstarted it, and it's expanded now to be like probably 4 or 5 stores in the area now run Clix events on days. And again, I say area. Metro Detroit's a pretty huge area, so
Yeah, it is.
most people aren't going to all 5 of them, but you might swing by 1 or 2 of them, or if they have like a bigger events, CCOs, rocks. We do a lot of like win a brick type stuff around here, where you buy in for $20 or whatever, play whatever format, Silver Age, Modern. Whoever wins walks away with a brick for $20. Pretty fun.
Yeah.
But Tim was sort of the fuse that kind of kicked that all off. Apart from that, I think a lot of people played at like home with the 3 or 4 friends they had from whenever they started. But that didn't really drive a lot of store traffic. So I think Tim was pretty crucial in getting that all kicked off and back going. And now we're pulling in 41 people for rock events. Pretty.
Yeah, y'all had a big rock event. So I have a question for you. Did you happen to go to the Majestics Regional in Warren, Michigan in like 2016?
Probably not. Would be. I
Like, the only time I go to Detroit and play was that one event. I think it was 2016.
I don't think I would have been there.
And I took second place
Oh, nice.
because I made an error. Because I'm good at errors.
Can't play perfect every time.
Nah, it happens. Dr. Demonicus was a monster at the time, so he was just dropping out monsters and killing things. So
Matt, are you since you've been playing from the very beginning, are you strictly casual, or are you in the competitive scene?
I would say I'm more casual, but I do some of the competitive events. I went to Worlds this year for the first time. And I really wanted to play silver, and I built a pretty good silver team, and I got top 32. So I'm pretty happy with that for like first time ever being to Worlds.
that's an accomplishment, because I mean there's some big names there playing some big teams.
Yeah, I mean I played a ton of like people I recognize from podcasts or videos or tournaments, and it's like I gave them all a run for their money, so definitely fun.
Hey, just because you do podcasting doesn't mean you're very good at the game.
Yeah, look at me.
I was very, very poorly in the Texas States. Very poor.
Well, you've done better before, though. I show up, and I've never made cut in a major event, so
You'll get there, Wes. You'll get there.
I talk Clix. I don't play Clix. So I'm always really interested when I talk to players that have been there since the very beginning about their perspective of the game as a whole, the evolution since its inception to where it is now, and the journey the game has taken, and the fact that they're still playing it. What your takeaways are from the evolution of the game, and what you think about it now versus then.
Well, I think back in the day of Heroclix, I think the game was much less balanced now. I feel like in general there were certain aspects of the game that were broken, and they made huge corrections to that, and sort of made it a much simpler game from that standpoint of like there's nothing outrageously broken where it's like I have hypersonic speed and I can run 12 squares, shoot 12 squares, and then be back in my start space. That was something that always happened back in that day of like you played the Amaze or the
Icon Superman.
Yeah.
The one that changed hypersonic speed.
Yeah. You TK somebody out 10 squares, hypersonic for 6, shoot 12, run back 6, and then get TK back to your start space. And it's like, man, this just isn't fun for anybody.
Oh, come on. You don't remember the Brainiac and the Nova Blast card?
Oh, yeah.
You just double TK him out. He run and shot his full range for full damage pulse wave of 5.
Things like that were so, I say busted. There were probably ways to beat him, and
Oh yeah, there's ways to beat him, but it was. Ugh.
But I think they've just done a much better job recently. Even like very recently. Back in the day, Unimind was a thing where it's like, if you're not playing Unimind or a team base, it's like you don't even have a chance. Where now I think there's a lot more variation that can happen on team building. That makes it so you can play more than just like, oh, I have to be playing a team base or I don't win. So I think they've done a much better job of that. One of the negatives I see is like they've made it so top heavy in sets where it's like common, uncommon, rare stuff. It's like there might be like a handful of figures in each set that's even worth having. And then the rest of it's like, I could build this and play a team of X-Men, but these guys aren't going to hold a candle to a super rare. And it's like, I used to like when you could pull a common Cable or something and do well in a sealed with it. You didn't have to pull, a super rare. And there's always exceptions. Thanos from Collector's Trove, if you pull one of those in a sealed, you're doing good. But you pull like a Guardians of the Galaxy pack from Collector's Trove, it's like,
you the Astral spec from Strange Tales?
Yeah. Well,
winning.
I pulled in a Strange Tales sealed. I pulled a pack with 3 Astro figures in it. And it's like, I don't even know what to do with this. 3 Astro figures and a black cat. And it's like,
well, there's 60 points I have to play just to get the points.
Yeah. It was rough. And it's like, when that happens, I don't know. I feel so bad for somebody, especially if they're like new and show up for a sealed and they pull a pack like that. And it's like, ugh, I don't know what to tell you. I guess you're playing all 10 of your figures.
Been there, done that.
I think we all have. It is interesting though that they roll out the pulp format, and they haven't. They've hit or missed on some sets. Like Strange Tales is a horrible pulp set. I feel like, was it X-Men that was a good pulp set?
It's fair as a pulp set. I feel like if you invite the alternative cards into the pulp, then it changes the whole aspect of those guys. Since most of the alternative cards are from the pulp figures, I think all of them are.
Every few sets, there's like one like Deathstroke type character that is far superior to everything else in pulp, that dominates the field, and then there's nothing else around it. But they want to keep pushing the pulp format, and they even got this new 400 silver pulp, try and get some of the old figures in there. But the new sets don't really seem to really have that, I got to play this in pulp kind of feel to it.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel like it's a detriment to the game, because like if you're a new person, you're not buying bricks or cases of the stuff. You might buy a few packs when you show up and play locally.
And if you're giving away your dupes, it's usually pulp stuff.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like back in the like War Light time, plus or minus 2 years around that, it's like you could pull good stuff from pulp.
Oh yes, Sodom Yacht, Weapon of Cord,
Parallax. Like there are so many good, rare, common, uncommon figures. Yeah.
Even before Silver Age, like Monel was really good. The prime one or the regular one.
Yeah.
What's your collection look like at this point after all these years?
I have about a shoebox full of stuff that's like Golden Age, that's just like stuff I'll never get rid of. So like some of the first figures I pulled, like a Mazo,
In the green pants that are shiny?
yeah, that one. Lots of Shi'ar stuff, X-Men stuff, some of the funner stuff that I pulled, Zombie, Gladiator, things like that. Apart from that, I've tried to cycle out a lot of the Golden Age stuff. I don't like to hang on to it because it's like I'm never gonna play it. It looks cool on the shelf, but I have good representation of the figures I care about. But then for silver through modern, I tried my best to narrow down what I get and just keep the things I like and will play. But it's still boxes on a shelf of stuff that I play some of it, but I never get to all of it.
All right, I'm gonna dig into your shirt that you have there. That's filthy casual. That's mentioned from other podcasts about being a casual player, but the X-Men logo is more interesting to me. I want you to build an X-Men team, 5 characters. Not even Heroclix, just X-Men character. Who is your X-Men team of 5?
Oh man, Nightcrawler for sure. Gambit, I always liked Gambit. Beast was always my favorite as a little kid. Probably my 90s in me, but Longshot, I don't know why I love him. I just love him. And then who would be 5th to round it out? Maybe Jubilee, another great 90s character.
So you got a bunch of acrobatic people that have energy projectile, except for maybe Beast.
Yeah. Again, it probably wouldn't be a good HeroClix team, but that'd be my 5 X-Men.
No, but it's cool because I mean they're like that's an acrobat show waiting to happen right there.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up watching the animated series, so like all of those episodes are so ingrained in my mind. It's I don't know what I enjoyed as a kid.
Are you married? Kids?
Yeah, I'm married. Been married like 15 years here. Oh. I've got 2 kids, 3 and 7. Trying to get the 7-year-old into stuff. She's maybe played one game of HeroClix with me, with some of the Spider-Man starter set figures. Her name's Gwen, so she really liked Spider-Gwen. There's the animated kid show, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. She's one of the characters, and she watched that for a while there. She's moved on to other shows, My Little Pony and things like that. But there was a while where I was trying to get her into it. She's been getting more into like video games with me right now. We just played through Kirby on the Switch. She was having a blast with that. So I think it's building towards HeroClix play, but not there yet.
The wife
it's going to be a minute. Their thought process is like, oh, hey, these are really cool, and they just want to throw dice at nothing. So the learning process it's still a few days ahead, unfortunately.
Does your wife play with you?
Whoa.
She's played a couple games of Pokemon with me, Pokemon trading card game, back when we were younger, but she never cared for HeroClix. It's I think too much of a time investment in learning for her. So
HeroClix does seem to be a gentleman's club for the most part, with a few exceptions. I'm not really sure why. Like, I know it's superheroes, but there's plenty of nerdy girls that are out there. I wonder how we can entice more females to play.
There's females that play. There's
yeah, I said there's a few exceptions, but
yeah, there's by far there's more guys than girls that play by far.
Well, I think it's a problem all the games run into, whether it's HeroClix, Magic, Pokemon, whatever. Like when you show up to your local card shop and you want to play any of those games, it's like everyone you're going to play, again, except for a few exceptions, is going to be a guy. So it's like, I don't know, it's sort of like attracts like, and it's like more of a like you said, boys club. And again, I don't think anybody's like purposely causing that, but I
no,
think it just
but
naturally happens.
I'm always trying to think of ways to grow the community. I feel like the female persuasion is a missing link in the chain that we could try to develop more over time. Do you have any nicknames from your jobs or sports?
I mean, when I was younger, I was always called Little Corrion because I had 2 older brothers. So I was Little Corrion. That was what I was called. Never really had a nickname at work or anything like that. So, gamer tag I usually use is Mohawk151.
Mohawk?
Mohawk.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I had a mohawk.
Interesting. You should see if you can dig up a picture and send it to me. I can put it in the show.
Yeah, I'll try and find one.
Nice. Where's my questions at? Where did everything go? So what store do you normally play at?
I play at a store called RIW Hobbies in Livonia, Michigan. That's the one I play at every other week or so. Eternal Games is the one that hosts all the big events locally.
Yes, that's the one that I went to in Warren.
Yeah, that's a great store too. They have a much bigger gaming space than RIW does, so they can host 40 people. I think if you got 40 people in RIW, you might fill up the entire play section, and it'd probably be pretty crowded. So Eternal Games has always run the local events, Wizkids Opens, rock events, any of that sort of stuff. And they always do a great job. The people who work at that store are great. I've gotten to know them just from playing at those events. So those are the 2 local stores I typically play at. And if I'm ever back in my hometown of Bay City, there's a store called The Stadium. They're in Bay City and Frankenmuth. If you ever go to Frankenmuth on like a vacation, swing into the Stadium. They're a great store. It's where I grew up playing.
All right, I got another question. If you're not ready to pop on, Wes.
Yeah, I'm just messing with some settings here. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Now I forgot my question. It was all a lie.
Did you? Are you originally from Detroit, or are you just there as an adult for work?
I'm just here as an adult for work. I grew up in a small town called Essexville in Bay City. Outside of Bay City, great part about Michigan is I can just hold up my hand and show you it's right here.
Yep.
On the map. So that's where I'm originally from.
All right, I remember my question. So you've been playing this since the beginning, and you're 34 years old, fixing to be 35. That means you started playing when you were like 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Have you taken a hiatus from the game? Now we know that you're a mechanical engineer. That's some heavy duty schooling. So I would assume that there's a gap in there somewhere.
Yeah, well, not tied to school per se. When I got into high school, I stopped playing because my mind and focus shifted to other things as
girls,
teenage, girls, sports, those sort of things. So I took a hiatus from there until I was in college. Actually, when I moved down to this area, I was going to Kettering University, which they do like a co-op thing, if you're not familiar with them, where you work for 3 months and then you go to school for 3 months and you do that until you graduate. And then you end up with like 2 or 3 years of work experience, which is pretty great. But during that time, my brother had moved sort of down to this area as well. And we had just gone into a comic book store and we're like, oh man, they got Heroclix here. Like, people still play this? And we bought back into it, like Incredible Hulk, Batman era. And just
Incredible Hulk was terrible.
Yeah, it was, but that's when we started. There was we bought some packs and like, hey, do you guys play? There's a No Man's Land event going on. And we're like, Well, we were just getting back into it. We don't really know any of the rules. They've changed over time. They're like, yeah, come out, play in No Man's Land. We show up in like month 3 or 4 of it and start playing. And yeah, since then I've been playing nonstop.
What's the next big event you plan on going to?
I'll probably go to Origins this year, sort of summertime frame. Usually can swing that one because it's just down in Ohio. It's 4-hour drive, 5-hour drive. And may try and swing Worlds again if I can get the local group sort of interested in it, and find a place down there and split it with some people.
Any plans on swinging down to Indiana for Red, White, and Clix?
It's only 4.5 hours to Lafayette from.
I was gonna try and go last year, but the timing didn't work out. I was busy with some other stuff, but it definitely seems like a good event, and I really wanted to go, but it was just so close to other events happening and conflicts, personal life. But
I'd love to have you. Is there any military in your family?
My great uncle served in the Vietnam War, but that's probably the closest. Yeah.
Yeah. Where's my questions at? Why do I keep losing my questions? Because work's bothering me still. I'm like, it's time to be off, guys. I worked like the last 14 days straight. All right. You are a filthy casual. Do you like to play the one-man armies, the tent poles, or the layered team?
I've never been a big fan of just playing a single character. I don't know. It feels so boring to be like, I move and attack, your turn.
No, the 300-point Juggernaut's still gross.
Yeah, they're not bad. Like, play a 300-point Kong, win a tournament with that thing. But it's just more fun to have 5-6 characters run around.
Okay, what if they have pogs like Mumra?
I don't love the pogs. For whatever reason, I think it's just some sort of visual thing. I'd rather have a sculpt than a pog.
Hey, I totally get it. I don't like having generated stuff that you don't even have pogs for. It's just like, here's a piece of cardboard. This is my clone.
Yeah. I've just always felt like this. There was a while where they were doing like figures where it's like, oh, I summon this cat and it pops off the base and it can move around, or it's like
Cool.
Yeah, War Star, I can pop off, the
little
guy
running off the back.
Yeah, it's just so much better visually. I know it doesn't impact gameplay at all, but it's
A toy man and his toys.
Yeah, it's great. And I know cost of everything's going up, and they're trying to keep costs down. So it's like, man, spend a little more and make me a figure.
Yeah, but if they're going to give us these pog generators, can we not have the cardboard pogs in the box with them? Something?
But yeah, so the Thundercats, that was a great example where it's like he summons 6 pogs, but they give you 3. I was like, guys, put 6 in the box. That's another sheet of cardboard.
Now you got to buy 2 boxes just to get enough pogs.
And like, I know people make them and you can buy them for a couple bucks, but it's like, I'm buying this set, man. I should just get everything I need to play it.
Are you excited for the Thundercats?
It's a bit before my time. It was never something I watched. I mean, I'm glad they're making it, and it looks like a cool set, and everyone in my local area is like ecstatic about it.
I want to play a game of Thundercats versus the Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I thought you were going to say He-Man.
No, Ninja Turtles. We already have Ninja Turtles in the game. I want to see them fight the Thundercats.
Well, I loved when they were doing some of those oddball properties, like the Star Trek Clix were never that great by themselves, apart from Q Prime or whatever.
But in their own games, they were fine.
They're fun. They're different. There was one year at Origins where they were doing battle royales with the Star Trek stuff, the original series. I signed up for so many of those, and nobody was signing up for them. I'm like, these are great, man. I love this. Like, they're all about equal characters. They're all, spaceman with a gun. Like, you might have a monster or two on the field, but I don't know, just felt fun and different.
So you a better builder or pilot?
I would probably classify myself more as a builder. I really like to build teams. I don't like to go online and see, oh, what won the last rock event? Let me copy that team exactly and play that. It's like, oh, I could see how these are good. I'll maybe borrow this and throw this on the team and try and run unique things. That's sort of my love of the game. It's just building unique teams where it's like, one of my favorite things is the Gauntlet Spider-Man. Like, I can put Despero on the team and TK him 3 times, and then all the sideline equipment's gone. I love it. Get rid of all that stuff. We're just playing Heroclix now. Like, my Heroclix versus your Heroclix. None of this extra stuff. I love it.
Which is something a filthy casual would say.
I like it.
I like it too, honestly. I like playing what's on the board, not the sideline stuff. I don't need to have 6 elements on my sideline, plus all these pogs I'm generating, plus free equipment.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, it's just like so much where it's like, I just want to roll dice and attack and, have fun playing the game. I don't want to have to be like, oh, what's on your sideline? I need to account for that and adjust for this. And it's like, I just want to roll dice and attack.
So my memory is terrible. What was the sideline limit before they reduced it to 6?
It was 3 per 100 points.
Yeah.
Woo.
Which was terrible for legs.
And I think they had like a 15 or 16 piece limit on the side.
That's insane.
Yeah, that got out of hand. I played during that ID card time frame, and it's like,
oh, okay. So you played back with the feat cards and the battlefield conditions. Did you like those?
I never really cared for those either. I specifically remember I got 3 ordinary days just so I could play it all 3 rounds of any tournament I went to locally.
I thought you had to have 3 different or 3 different battlefield conditions. So way back in the day, way back in the Wayback Machine, they didn't have rules on the cards. It's just like, hey, however many cards you want to have, you just couldn't stack multiple protected cards on the same piece. And it was like, man, you had a 200-point team on 100 points of cards.
Yeah.
And you would get the points off the cards. That's it. Because everything else would just be protected, or, oh, I got stunning blows, so I'm just going to incapacitate you and deal damage. And you have an action token, so now you can't do anything because you'll push.
Yeah.
So, and then they implemented that 10% rule to where you can only have 10% of your cards be on your team of your build. So 30 points in cards versus 100 points in cards. But
I always felt like rules like that were better.
Oh yeah, they had to have stuff like that to make it better.
Yeah.
But I feel like the feat cards are now the one-shots.
Oh, for sure.
And the tarot cards are the battlefield conditions.
Very much so. I feel like they definitely...
It just took them 15 years to bring them back.
Yeah, for sure.
So how do you go about building a team? What's your starting point if you're building a team right now?
I usually... So every set I try and get figures I think are cool or fun to play. And it's like... Strange Tale example. Vampire Wolverine. It's like... This is just a fun piece. Like, I don't know that it can be meta. It probably can if you build it with the right X-Men team. Silver, I think X-Men is great, but
if you do it right, you can have him top dial on turn 2.
Yeah, stuff like that, where it's just like, I can just do all this free X-Men support, or X-Men team building, not support, to heal him to top dial. And then I've got this crazy Vampire Wolverine. It's like, I'll build a team around him where it's like I'm trying to accomplish that sort of thing. And it's like, I think it's fun. I don't know that it'll be good because I'll a bunch of support pieces in the background supporting this vampire Wolverine as he runs crazy. But that's usually what I build. It's like find the piece or two in the set I really enjoy, either thematically or because of the character, and then try and build a team around him.
Are you a big Alpha Streak guy, or are you more defensive?
I'm probably overly Alpha Strike. I always sort of hate sitting in my start space and waiting. I'd rather just run out and get the game going. Even if it's not a good move, it's like, I'm going to just go attack. I can reach them. I'm going to get it.
So you like the smaller maps then?
I think they're much better. I think it helps facilitate a quicker game. I think things like that you can shoot across the map and not leave your start space on a long map are just
Cyborg
bad.
Superman, he can do that with all the equipment going on in the game. Just run that little 10-point Superman out and go kill him, or 35-point Superman, or whichever the cheapest Superman you can find is. And Cyborg Superman can be like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna shoot trick arrows at you from afar and say you don't have stop clicks or
yeah." I mean, stuff like that, Scarab, to shoot across the map, just, I don't know.
I was so wrong on Scarab. That is my biggest miss in Heroclix history. I thought Scarab was just going to be a flash in the pan and be done. I hated playing against that piece.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes the game so much slower and not fun to do that. And, again, it's a good strategy if you can make it work and win with it. But I don't know, it's not.
It just feels dirty.
Yeah, it's like if we're just gonna sit here and have you attack me, well, I can't do anything, and you're gonna make barriers and block me off. It's like,
why are we playing,
man? You care more about it than I do.
You're just gonna play your game while I watch you.
Yeah. Yep. And I feel like the longer maps facilitated that much more. I think there are problems with the shorter maps, for sure, but I think the longer maps definitely had that issue. And at a tournament level, meta level, it makes for a really toxic game that isn't fun for anybody. I think with the smaller maps, stuff doesn't always make sense.
Alpha strikes are way too prevalent on the short maps.
Yeah, it's every character can be in my start space on turn 2. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't feel like that's the right way to fix it. I think they need to adjust the speeds and ranges of characters to sort of compensate for that. I don't know. It feels weird to have a sniper-like character, like a dead shot or like a long shot, and have them have a 4 or a 5 range. And it's just this isn't that.
But they need it since the maps are so much shorter.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Maps, it would be okay. They have a 6 or an 8 range.
Yeah.
Okay. And why? Why do archers have longer ranges than freaking guns?
I couldn't. That's one question I've always wondered. It's I have a range value that's higher than my or lower than my speed value. It's I can run faster than I can shoot a gun. This doesn't make sense. And I know it has to be that way for the way the game plays, but it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Have you ever seen Hawkeye? I mean, he points this way, looks this way, and still hits Loki or whoever he's shooting at. He doesn't even look.
You're telling me he's going to shoot a bow and arrow 500 yards?
In comic book
When a
logic,
sniper rifle will maybe reach 500 yards?
This is comic book logic.
Okay. Then tell me, why does a PD officer with a range of 4 holding or should have a gun able to shoot 4 squares away when Drax has a knife? He can throw it as far as a gun can shoot.
Well, he's a superhero. He's not just a common.
Okay. He's a space creature, so we'll give it.
Yeah.
We'll give it. How about Warpath? Should he have a range of 3 or 4, or long shot? He's throwing knives. Should Gambit have a range of 4? He's throwing a freaking playing card.
Yeah.
Like if you can throw a playing card 30 some odd feet and hit your target, good job on you.
You should apply to be a designer, Scott.
Or excuse me, bullseye with like a range of 6 or 8. What is this?
Get on the design team and tell them what's up.
I'm just saying. I understand we have to suspend reality for the game and for comic books and for movies and stuff, but man, again, outrunning a bullet from a gun.
Yeah.
That's
That's the only part of the small maps I don't like is like the speeds and ranges don't make sense anymore. I don't know how they fix it, to be honest.
I remember the first time I really had to think about suspending my disbelief when I was watching the DVD commentary about the original Christopher Reeve Superman, and Lois is falling from the skyscraper or helicopter or something, and he catches her, and the commentator is like, okay, if this is real life, catching her at that speed will have snapped her spine in half. And he will just destroyed her. And like, oh, you just ruined Superman for me.
Well, I think that's what a lot of shows nowadays do a good job of, like The Boys, where Homelander's like, we could stop this plane, but everyone in it's going to be dead anyway. So, like, why bother?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, you don't want that ultra realism of like that, where it's like, well, he can just kill everybody. He's Superman. But, you got to find that balance, in my opinion.
All right, so since you have this filthy casual shirt on, what is your favorite casual way of playing the game?
I like comic accurate, show accurate theme teams.
So a game that we used to do, I don't know, quarterly, maybe twice a year, we would have the comic shop owner pull out books for the people that he knew were going to be there the following week, and you could go thumb through the book, and you had to only build your team out of characters on the cover or in the book, not on an advertisement.
Yeah, that's a fun idea. I like that.
And I got the store owner into it as well, because he's like, I don't even play the game. I'm like, just go pick some comic books, Marvel or DC, with multiple characters. Don't just pick Batman, and you can only have Batman on your team where he's fighting some thug.
Yeah, that's sort of often how I build teams for Tuesday events. Our Tuesday events are like a very casual style of play. So, I might show up with the 90s X-Men squad, or, Sinister Syndicate. That's not Spot and Sandman. Things like that, where it's like, I don't think I'll kill anything, but I'll have a blast doing it. One of them we recently played was all of your characters had to have the same name, either real or...
Yes, we called it the Nexus of Reality game.
Yeah. So for that, I played Mysterio. The Mysterio with the clones.
And he can hop around, do the Mysterios.
Other Mysterios. So like at a certain point, it's like if I played a Magneto, it's like at a certain point I can't hurt you because all I can do is mind control. But fun team. I had a blast playing it.
I love playing Black Panther or Doom in those scenarios.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good Black Panthers.
So in general, what is your preferred character selection, DC or Marvel?
It tends to be more Marvel. I like Spider-Man. I like X-Men stuff. Those are probably my two main sets of figures I have. Shi'ar, Starjammers, Mojoverse. All favorite keywords of mine. I enjoy playing.
Who's your favorite overall character?
I always liked Beast. He was just like, he had the superpower where, he's sort of acrobatic and stronger than a typical person, but like his real superpower was just how smart he was compared to, other people.
The average Joe. All right, you're going to like the song that I sent you, If It Ever Sends. If It Ever Sends.
It always bugged me in the First Class series that they made Beast be able to transform into normal looking versus being blue. Like that's his whole thing is that he can't just blend in with everybody else like Mystique or whatever. He was always this big blue hairy character, and they
No, he was not big and blue at the beginning.
he got
Yeah,
it with
that
the
was
serum. But
Yeah,
then,
that was another mutation that he had.
yeah, in Days of Future Past, when Wolverine went back, I think, is when he could transform into normal looking versus the Beast.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't feel right.
Well, I felt like they portrayed him really good with the like original X-Men trilogy, where he shows up occasionally, but he's more like in the background trying to be like a diplomat for mutant rights and like use his intelligence rather than fighting Magneto in the streets.
Despite the flaws of the original X-Men trilogy, the casting was amazing. Like you can't.
Oh.
There's no better voice for Beast than Kelsey Grammer. Like he was. Like him and Patrick Stewart were just born for those roles.
Yeah, I feel like that's the one thing about the X-Men movies that I always find most interesting is like they got some of the best people at the best time to play the best people, like characters. And it's just like
Didn't like Pacquiao's Rogue.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is that how you say her name?
I can't remember her name, but yeah,
Anna Pacquiao or Pacquiao,
yeah.
whatever. I didn't like her as Rogue. Did not like her as Rogue.
Bobby Drake was pretty good.
I agree with that.
Pyro was cast really well. I don't know
Yes.
the actor's name, but like I felt like that was Pyro.
Sabretooth could have been different. I feel like the way that they portrayed him in that movie did not do Sabretooth justice.
But when you look at the main characters, Wolverine, Xavier, Beast, Magneto,
Cyclops was even really good.
Cyclops was really good. Jean Grey was really good. The original Jean Grey was really good. Like they found the best actors and just nail it, and then they blew it on the special effects and some of the storytelling. But the casting was amazing.
Well, yeah. I feel like the original X-Men movies, like the thing they did the best was like highlight certain characters' abilities of like, I think it's the second one where Nightcrawler shows up and he's like delivering a message to the president and he's just like absolutely destroying the Secret Service. Like,
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like, this is perfect Nightcrawler. Like, granted, he's not a bad guy, he wouldn't do that, but like, this is perfect display of abilities. The like Quicksilver scenes, like they just had characters doing exactly what their power set was, and it's like it felt so good and real. Where I think some of the later ones, I don't think they highlighted characters as well in that manner.
All right, so in a previous episode, Antonio Clark was adamant that Blade was the cornerstone of the MCU, of all superhero movies. That Blade crawled where everybody else could walk and run. I argued that the X-Men series was the genesis of the current superhero genre with the team up and all that kind of stuff. Do you think it is Blade or X-Men that is the cornerstone of what we call superhero movies today?
I mean, I will agree with that. Like, I don't think the X-Men movies would have gotten made if the like first couple Blade movies weren't as successful as they were. I think that really showed modern Hollywood at that time. Like, you can make a comic book movie and like it doesn't have to be, I don't know, gritty Batman or like super hopeful Superman.
You're leaving out the Dolph Lundgren Punisher?
Those are okay movies, but yeah, I think Blade was like the first step you have to take to be able to make those movies, and then like X-Men, Spider-Man, like that's where the that's what led to the Avengers. It's like you don't have Blade, you don't get X-Men and Spider-Man, you don't get the Avengers. And
Well,
it's
I
like,
mean, how far do you trace it back, though? Can you trace it back to Christopher Reeve and Batman back in the '80s, or does it have to start at Blade as being the current cornerstone?
Ooh, that's a hard question because I feel like Superman, Christopher Reeves was its own era. And then comic book movies were basically abandoned until Michael Keaton's Batman came out.
Yeah.
And I might even go Michael Keaton and Batman and Jack Nicholson as the Joker as the first true cornerstone for the 90s to say, hey, we're going to start getting back into this genre.
Yeah, I
Before
feel like,
Blade. Blade was phenomenal.
yeah. I think Michael Keaton started it, and then when they did whatever they did with after Batman Returns, and they went off the rails with Nipples Batman and all that kind of stuff, it made the audience cringe and made the studios scared to really dive into it because it made it so campy. But the Michael Keaton Batman was dark and realistic and fun, and that's what Blade was kind
Even
of.
though he couldn't turn his head.
Yeah.
Neck brace Batman.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I feel like that's what Blade did really well as a movie. Was like it made it so like not all of these comic book characters are campy Batman, running around with a bomb over his head. Like it can be like real stories, and like you can cut people up because they're vampires, and do that sort of thing, and be more. I don't want to say real, but be like more intense in that way. That again, I don't think the Batman or Superman movies did until more recently. I wouldn't even say they did it well then, but.
So, what is your favorite music genre?
I love late '90s, early 2000, like rap, pop sort of music, like Nelly, that sort of thing.
Okay.
It's getting hot in here.
Please don't take off
not
your
really.
clothes. Please don't.
It's been flipping cold. This last week I've been working inside of a tank farm, and if you're not familiar with what it's like inside of a tank farm, outside the tank farm the weather's like a lovely 40 degrees, sunny. Inside the tank farm it's like 14 degrees and the wind's blowing 40 miles an hour because wherever you're at the wind's gonna blow and it just circles. And we didn't have a porta can, so I had to go pee by my truck, and I'm peeing down and it's coming up chest high just from the wind. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I think we had a heat wave. It got all the way up to 23 degrees this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not I like it cold or cool more so than 110 degrees because I can only take off so many clothes and still be viable.
It always gets me though. No matter how cold it is, you'll find some Yahoo in shorts just walking around like it's nothing.
Oh yeah, I plan on wearing shorts tomorrow. It's going to get up in the 50s tomorrow. I plan on wearing shorts to work tomorrow because I'm doing nothing but driving. I don't really need to be outside the truck other than the trailers and moving them around.
I was in my truck the other day sitting in the parking lot, and there's this guy walking into the store in shorts. And I look down at my dash and it says 14 degrees. And I'm like, dude, you don't look that cool.
No, you look cold.
Yeah.
I've got a neighbor who, when it snows not too much, like enough that you can blow it away with a leaf blower, he usually does that in shorts. It's like, man, even outside for like 10 minutes blowing all the snow off your driveway, I wouldn't want to be wearing shorts.
Hey, maybe they got the diabetes and they can't feel that stuff.
There you go. All right, Scott, do you have any more questions for this segment?
No, I really don't have any more questions for this segment, but I do have this lovely deity Thor that we're supposed to be giving away on February 1st due to our Patreon.
Yes.
So,
if you like what you see and hear on our show, please consider subscribing to Patreon. $5 and above, get your name put in for a drawing at the beginning of each month. So, actually, today is the first, isn't it?
Today is the first.
Ooh.
Question: shall it be the left Thor or the right Thor that gets given away?
Oh,
It's like the Twix. Which is the best Twix?
you're right.
My right, your left. This Thor will be given away this month for the Patreon.
So probably about the time this is broadcast, I will get online and do a live giveaway. But $5 and above each name put in for it. We are trying to do our best to put out a good quality product, enjoyable to your eyes and ears, but it does cost a little bit out of pocket, so a little bit helps. But we are trying to do something outside of the box of the normal Heroclix podcast that digs into the meta and tells you what to play. We tell you about the players and their backstory and how the average player thinks and how they build and why they build and why they play the game. Because Heroclix wouldn't exist without the players. So I want to highlight the heroes of Heroclix. That's got anything else?
Hoffner. We're going to talk about Hoffner in a minute.
Yes. JJ Hoffner, John Hoffner, is a 3D printer. And if you need anything printed, databases to dice and tokens to maps, he can print it out. Reach out to him. He'll do it cheaper than anybody else. He is still printing maps from Red, White, and Clix. He has some technical difficulties and is finally getting caught up after the snowstorm. So be looking out for those in the mail soon.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on. He had his daughter come in from the military. We had Thanksgiving. We had Christmas, sicknesses, New Year's, snowstorms. So, yeah, he's trying to get back on the wagon and start his Make Amends tour and getting stuff sent out to people.
All right. So, Matt, we have a tradition around here called the Clix Questionnaire.
Uh-oh.
You have been a part of Heroclix since its inception. You've been in tournaments. You've been playing casually. You have basically been in hand with Heroclix every step of the way. So people have known your name. They've seen you around. We've been talking to you for an hour. But here at Talkn, we really want to get to the meat of the player, the heart and soul. Let the community know what makes you click. And the geniuses over at Talkn Clix Laboratories came up with this questionnaire that is perfectly designed. It's an ironclad, foolproof way to get at your heart and soul to really let the community know who you are inside and out. Are you brave enough to answer these questions?
Bring it on.
All right.
Bring it on. I don't think you're ready for these. I don't think you're ready.
All right. What is the first day of the week?
Sunday.
Okay.
Would you rather have banks, cats, or AI as the overlords of the New World Order?
Probably cats. I mean, AI, I feel like probably is too unfeeling to lead stuff. And Banks was the other one.
Yeah.
I've never liked Banks. They're awfully self-motivated. Cats, I feel like, brings just the right level of chaos to society.
All right. What is a petty hill that you're willing to die on?
Petty hill I'm willing to die on. Oh man, that's a hard one.
It doesn't have to be Heroclix related.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of something petty.
Dummies at four-way stops. I'm so tired of dummies at four-way stops.
They should have never made more Jurassic Park movies than the first three.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, if you could go back in time and strangle the internet in its infancy, would you do so?
I don't think I would. I think its overall benefit has outweighed all the terribleness that comes with it. Maybe might have nurtured it better, but I think the benefits of it for society just outweigh the evils.
All right. When you play at a Heroclix event and you finally get home, How long does it take before you are able to fully put away all your pieces and tokens?
Oh man, that's usually like a week. They normally sit in the box I took them in the bag I took them in, on my shelf for about a week before I get around to putting them away.
Yeah, I went to King of New Orleans, a week and change ago. I packed the week before I left, and it's still in the box, and I have yet to put it away, and I have games tomorrow.
To be fair, you've been working around the clock, so...
Not around the clock. It's been close to 80 hours this week. All right, this is not one of our normal questions. Describe yourself as a candy bar. What is on your insides?
Favorite candy bar is Kit Kat, so I got to go with Kit Kat.
So your wafers?
Yeah, it's smooth, a little crunchy. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. You know, there's enough to share. I go around. Yeah, that would be it.
All right, Captain America is sawed out of his ice today. What are you telling him to put on his list that he's missed out on over the last 60 years?
Oh man,
80 years.
80 years.
Probably movies. I'd probably just want to take him to the movies and be like, it doesn't even matter what movie's playing. What's out? Avatar? Let's go see Avatar. Man. This is gonna blow your mind. This is like.
All right. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of Heroclix opponents?
Oof.
Doesn't have to be big names. It's just people you enjoy playing.
Probably both of my brothers would be up there. Yeah, they're the ones who got me into the game. There was a guy. I was a kid back when the game was out and the Superman could run across the board and be back in your start space. I played that team a lot as a kid. I'm like 12, 13 years old, whatever. Probably pretty obnoxious. There was a guy who would specifically build teams to try and beat me every time. I would always beat him because that Superman was pretty unstoppable. They changed hypersonic speed to make it not work that way. I forget his name. He would be on it. And then, probably my buddy Zach. He's always been a good Heroclix player.
What is your favorite breakfast cereal?
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs. Eat them up, eat them up.
So good.
You can have dinner with anyone throughout history. Who are you eating with, and what are y'all having? Reese's Puffs?
One person.
One person throughout all of history. I mean, probably the right answer is someone historical that wrote lots of books.
No, it doesn't have to be. It can be someone personal. If you want to eat with your great great grandfather,
I'd probably go with Michael Crichton, the guy who wrote the original Jurassic Park books, or maybe Philip K. Dick. I think both of them would be really interesting people to talk to, and get their thoughts on what's going on in the world and how their legacies played out and that sort of thing. I think authors put a lot of themselves in the books, but I feel like you don't always get to know the person.
If you were a crayon, what color would you be?
Probably blue.
That's been a very popular color.
I have a blue house with a blue window. Maybe you're part of the Blue Man crew.
Well, my guess would be red and blue are probably the most popular, and that's just because Pokemon.
I think they've almost all been in some variation of blue.
Yeah.
Pretty close, yeah. How about you, Wes? What color would you be?
You're black or red?
So if I open a box,
red.
if I open a box of crayons, the one that draws my attention the most is the one named Melon. And I have no idea why. It's like a peach, but it's orange, but it's pink, but I don't know what it just pow, it stands out to me. It's like, ooh, I want to use this color.
It almost
But I
looks
don't
like you
because I
can
want to
eat
keep
it.
it in a box.
You want to eat it?
No.
No.
No. I do like melons. We have this thing called agua fresca around here. And if you get a agua de melon, it's usually a cantaloupe flavored water. It is really good. So if you have the opportunity to have an agua fresca that's made out of cantaloupe, try it.
Oh, do you? This is for both of you. Do you put salt on watermelon?
Yes.
No, brings out the flavor more.
No, I grew up on a farm. That I couldn't do that.
All right. Do you sing in the car or in the shower?
I'll sing along in the car. Yeah.
So
Here comes on. I'll
you
sing.
blasting those old '90s R&B.
Yeah. At the Holiday Inn, you know.
What's the last book that you've read? And audiobooks do count.
Oof. The last book I read. It's gonna be really obscure. It's called
I wrote this question because I want more stuff to possibly look into for reading for myself. I'm very selfish at these questions.
So the last book I read was a book called The Deep South. It's a sort of anthropological look at African Americans under like Jim Crow law and how the society back then was sort of like a caste system similar to what India had back in their time. And they link it pretty well. And the reason I saw it was AMC does this thing where they show random movies. You show up and you don't know what movie it's going to be, but it's a movie coming out in a week or two. I went and saw one, and it was about sort of that same topic. I forget the name of the movie even, but they recommend the book as part of the movie, and then I went and got it, and it was a good read. It was a good movie.
Sounds like a cookbook.
Cool.
Deep South Cooking by Paula Dean. All right, which tastes better, round pizza or square pizza?
I feel like round pizza generally tastes better, but that's because you can like get a seasoned crust on there usually that like the square pizzas don't get.
Look, the last few guests have said totally square pizza from elementary school.
Oh no. I mean, if I'm getting a square pizza, it's going to be like a Detroit deep dish. That's pretty much the only square pizza I'm going to eat. And that's just because I like the crunchy crust.
Ooh, new question, Wes. I got a new question.
All right. What is more likely to exist, aliens or angels?
I think angels, man. I know the math works out that there's got to be aliens out there somewhere, but I feel like they should be here. Like they should have had some impact if they exist locally, or the math doesn't work for you to feel the travel.
It's a vast universe. The probability could be that they just we have not found them. They have not found us. I mean, there's so much. Space is huge.
Well, that's true, and I think that more speaks to like the limitations of physical beings. Like if you can't travel faster than the speed of light, getting from somewhere to here is going to take thousands of years, and
How about this? I'm gonna say aliens are like the reason we haven't met aliens is like we're the tongue and the aliens are the elbow. Can you make your tongue touch your elbow? Like they exist together, but they just never touched each other, met.
Yeah, and I think that's probably true, and maybe someday we get to the point where we can travel faster than the speed of light or close to it. Physics says no, but
There was this old black and white movie I remember seeing when I was really young, and it blew my mind. And the whole premise of the movie was they were sending this astronaut out to land on this distant planet that they thought might have life on it. and he goes straight shot, goes all the way there, lands, and it's an exact replica of Earth. They think that he just went halfway, turned around, and came home. So he's like in jail, and they're reprimanding him and stuff. But actually, him and Kumiko himself just passed each other on their way to the alternate Earth. And I don't know, it just the whole process really just blew my mind that there'd be an identical Earth out there, and nobody believed him that he went to this other planet. They thought he just went halfway and turned around. I don't know, just blew my mind.
Yeah.
So while you're over here giving your speech, Matt's over here messing with his stuff, and it's like shaking and audible where you can barely hear you, and then he gets it set, and then he shifts again.
Yeah.
All right, here's with your new question.
My new question is, I want to take you back to elementary school. Everyone had sandwiches that they could bring from home, but they also had meals that they would eat at school. What was your favorite lunch meal for school?
Oh, our school served nachos, where you could get nachos and cheese or salsa. I would just get double cheese and just eat a plate of nachos with cheese. Oh man!
So you wanted cheese with a little bit of chips. Wes?
Yeah, so good.
I was always a sucker for that pizza, man.
The square pizza?
Yeah.
I loved Hamburger Day, and I also loved when we had that stupid yellow cake or white cake. Chocolate icing. Hey, there goes Matt. He's gone.
That's what I'm saying for that.
You knew that was coming, Matt. You knew that was coming. So whatever the cake day was, I love that cake. That cake was like chef's kiss. And I can't ever. I found stuff similar to it at like a Mexican panaderia, but it's just not the same.
How many?
I gotta pull up the spinner.
How many tries did it take before you got your driver's license?
One try.
One try. Wow.
First try. Wow. Most everyone takes time.
So the day I'm doing my driver's test, huge snowstorm. Like you could barely drive. So like going everywhere like 20 miles per hour, like fishtailing everywhere. Still passed. But they were like, yeah, it's not really a good day to do the test, but we had it scheduled, so we did it. It's like, probably worked out in my favor.
Yeah, because you even got to fishtail and still pass.
Yeah.
All right. No weapons. I need to see if you can beat up 3 turkeys. Turkeys are not small birds, just so you know. It's not what you see on your dinner plate.
No,
Thanksgiving.
Our neighborhood has some wild turkeys that live around here. Yeah. They're pretty big.
3 of them. You versus 3 turkeys.
I don't know that I'd beat them. I think those things can be pretty nasty. If they were coordinated enough, I think they could take me down.
Okay, granted, they're not the velociraptor coordination that you're used to in your Jurassic Park shows, but 3 turkeys is still no slouch.
Yeah, those things are big, man. I mean, they probably come up to like your waist. Like
come up to your waist, and they're probably a good 40, 50 pounds, and they're moving.
Yeah. I mean, I'd take a couple of them with me, but I think they probably bring me down in the end.
Funny story. I was during training. I was at the firing range for the Army, and it was early morning, and we're all doing our targets, and 2 turkeys decided to walk out on the firing range, and so they, these are protected birds, so they make us stop firing until these birds walk off. And man, if they didn't have anything else to be, they just wallowed around all over the place while we're just sitting there waiting.
I thought you were trying to talk about Marines or something.
No, no, these 2 turkeys, man, they just sat there. I don't even know. They weren't doing anything. They're just walking, but they were walking right across the field of fire so we can do our jobs. And it probably took over an hour before they finally left.
While firing bullets, those turkeys were either deaf or they had no gaff in them, no give a flip.
All right, so you survived the Clix questionnaire.
We got one more.
Oh, one more. Go ahead.
What's your Disney princess?
Disney princess. It's a newer one, the Tangled Rapunzel. I don't know. I think she's probably one of the best.
How do you guys feel about all these remakes and live action and stuff? Are you guys kind of tired of them, or are you kind of enjoying them?
I'll let Matt answer.
I don't know. I think they're okay. Like I think some of them translate well, and I think they can do it well. Like the Lilo and Stitch one that recently came out, that was pretty good. Like I feel like that translated well because it's like mostly based in reality besides the aliens. I feel like other ones, it just doesn't translate well enough. Like Snow White, like they kept her original look. I mean, she looks ridiculous, man. Like I get it. Like they're trying to stay to the original, but like she looks ridiculous, man. Like that's a fine looking actress. Like why do you make her look ridiculous?
Okay, so I have a mixed take on this. I feel like the original is a work of art. It's a masterpiece. They have these masterpiece releases of these things, and it's just something that is like nostalgic, saying, hey, this was Disney at this point in time. And then the remakes is like we're trying to remake it or make it live action, and it is just someone's view of this movie redone into this new director's view, and it's not the same. It's not original because it's a copy, but it's not a real copy. It's just a modified copy. So it's like we have our round table, and Antonio Clark does great work. But even if I was to take his work and trace it and color it in a similar form, it's not going to look the same because it's his work with me trying to redo it in the way that I think that he does it. It's not going to be the same.
So, Matt, there's this technology we used to have called fax machines. And it was basically you would take a piece of paper and you would scan it into this machine and it would send it to somebody else. You could also make copies with it. And the thing was, with the technology we had, you could not make a copy of a copy because the more you copied it, the less identical it got. And it got just going to get more faded and more pixelated the more you copied the copy. That's a really bad analogy now I'm saying it out loud, but the point is, yes, I agree with Scott. The originals were a masterpiece. Let them rest on their own laurels. The only movie that I feel like they did a pretty decent job that I've seen, they still botched it because of the casting, is Aladdin.
It was phenomenal. The colors in Aladdin was great.
Yes. If they could have done it when Robin Williams was still alive, and he could have reprised that role, I would have died so happy. But recasting such an iconic role, even with a actor as talented as Will Smith, it fell flat. And then Lion King kind of sucked. Little Mermaid kind of sucked. I don't know. Whatever ones else I've seen are just, they're okay, but I feel like we want to see more original work. We don't want to see variations of the same work over and over again. We've already seen this. Even my wife is watching Bridgerton, and the new season is basically Cinderella. Only instead of a slipper, it's a glove or something. Like, it's the exact same story. Stepsisters and Wicked Stepmother and all this stuff. And they just put it into this British Bridgerton cast. But it's the same story.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like you touched on the Lion King. I have no idea why they thought we needed a live version of that one. Like, it's animals.
It's a digital remake, but it's just not the animated version.
Yeah.
Like, all the heart and soul of that came from, like, the cute animals interacting and, like, the ways they do. And, like, I don't know, when you make it realistic, it sort of falls apart.
All right, so you finally survived the hot seat. The Clix questionnaire is complete. You are still alive. You can take a deep breath. The Clix community now fully knows you. How does it feel?
Oh, feels good. Feels good to be known.
All right. So now that you've succeeded, your reward is you get to ask us a question.
Oh, man. All right. You guys win worlds someday in the future here. Maybe next year. Who knows? What figure are you making?
Wes, you want to make a real Deadpool?
Yeah, I'm probably going to do Deadpool. Do we make original ones, or are we making legacies of ones?
I think if you win a world, I don't know.
It used to be you get to help create or help design a figure.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you submit names and they'd be like, nope, those are off the list. And then you submit names and they're like, nope, those are off the list. And then you submit and they're like, okay, this one maybe.
I would want a Ryan Reynolds movie Deadpool version.
Is he doing anything special? Is he going to have an attack of a 10 and a damage of 2? He's going to have charge with Psychic Blast, and then he's going to have running shot with blades.
He's going to have traded regen.
For free.
Free. No, he's going to just heal one click at the beginning of your turn. And he's going to have blades, steel energy. But he's only going to have attack of
Steel energy.
10.
How's he stealing energy?
He's just healing. He's always healing. Everything he does, he's healing.
So heal one at the beginning of your turn, heal one at the end of your turn.
Yeah, they've done that one before. I like that one. Yeah. But definitely blades. And he's going to have a low attack, but he's just going constantly healing. Whatever he does, he's going constantly healing. And then some kind of like fourth wall breaking, like sideline active trait. I'm not sure yet.
For me, myself, and I don't know. I feel like I could not make a Heroclix better than what they do for the most part. There are some tweaks that I would like to make on figures, so I would go more to the legacy route. But if I got to make one, I would love to see a real version of Gambit, and I would like to see a different version of Multiple Man to where he actually does stuff other than just make clones.
Yeah.
And then the Joker. I mean, I love the Joker. I could definitely redo the Clown Prince of Crime. Whatever. Clown Prince of Crime, not Climb. And make it to where he's viable again. I mean, I loved him the way he was with, you get to bring him back 3 times or 2 times or whatever it was and play it on different dials. That was cool for 75 points.
So this question's for both of you. We've seen Blade, we've seen X-Men, we've seen a whole range of Avengers, a whole range of DC characters on big screen, live action. What is a character that we have not seen that you would like to see live action?
Ooh. Man. No, there's a bunch of them live action that have already been done. Like one of my favoriteest stories of all times is the X-Men Age of Apocalypse. And that just takes your X-Men figures and twists them to darker versions of themselves. And I would love to see that just total revamp. But if you're just the Young Avengers was a really cool story with Metal and Hazmat and those guys. Or maybe you want Ecstatic with Vivisector and Dupe and oh my gosh, The Orphan, Dead Girl. I don't know. I think that would be a pretty decent TV series.
What you, Matt?
Well, selfishly, I would probably say the Shi'ar. Seeing something about I don't think that's ever
you didn't even have to make that X-Men related. You could do your own Star Trek type show with the Shi'ar stuff.
I think it'd be pretty interesting, but I don't think it'll ever happen. But I think that would be cool. Like if they're rebooting the X-Men, I think it'd be cool to see like Mojo and sort of him and his reality, like as a whole, like I don't know,
All right,
maybe a
Wes.
side adventure. The
Your
X-Men
video is going to be him plugging a cartridge into Motendo.
I mean, it's like throwback to '90s. Like I think they're getting into that '90s nostalgia. I think it'd be great. I think that could be like a real viable X-Men movie.
So my pick is I would also like to see it in Clix form if they can get the rights to it, which I don't see why they couldn't. Inspector Gadget. I would like to see a live action Inspector Gadget.
They already did a live action Inspector Gadget. It was not great.
Oh, frick. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was garbage. That's why I forgot. I blocked it out. It was so bad.
It's like live action Smurfs. No, that wasn't very good either.
Yeah, no. No, I'd like to see a good live action Inspector Gadget with Penny and.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. It was just something.
It was there. But I think a Clix version would be amazing because you could have all these sideline equipment you could just attach to them for different things.
Yeah, but does it work properly, or is it going to be a D6 on what he gets? Because
so it would be a roll to see if it works or not.
Like go gadget copter and his roller skates pop out.
Yeah, and they self damages or something. All right, gentlemen. Well, that has been Talkn Clix. We have been doing this for an hour and a half. I think that we have a good representation of Matt, and that we can now talk him as one of the heroes of Heroclix. Congratulations.
Yes. Thanks. It was good to be here.
Do you have any final thoughts for the evening?
Well, I wanted to shout out Nate, my buddy Nate. He's the one who made these shirts. Our Filthy Casuals team, we've all got these shirts, but each person has a different symbol. So you might see us around, at tournaments.
No, I love it. I would love to just see all the shirt symbols and see what's on them.
Yeah. Got Brotherhood, Doom, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. A lot of Marvel.
A lot of Marvel.
Awesome. Have you guys seen Wonder Man yet?
I have not watched it yet. I'm sorry, I've been working a ton.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet either, but Antonio has been raving about it, so I'm curious. But I haven't seen it yet either.
No, the next thing I want to watch is the Royal Rumble, which happened already, and I already know who won, but I still want to watch it because that's one of my favorite wrestling events of the year. So
that is one of the really bad parts about the internet is used to be if you were missing a football game or a basketball game, you didn't want to know the score, you could just tell your friends, hey, don't tell me the score. I want to see it when I get home because my wife recorded it or something. Now, if you just check your Facebook without even trying, everything's spoiled for you. My wife knew who was winning Grammy Awards before she even got home. It's like, damn it, I wanted to see that. But, Scott, do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, it's okay to not be okay. It's not okay to stay that way.
All right. And we are all players on the board, so let's play together. And as always,
Keep on Clixing.
Yeah, have a good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I stay young, don't crack, don't fade. Detroit nights, clicks on the table, still playing the game. From day one, rolling dice, yeah, I pay that lane. Heroclix, the fountain youth, let it drip like rain. Mohawk in the room, whole vibe feel new. They say I look at my age, yeah, I guess it's true. 50 casual crown, but my skills stay flame. Heroclix, the fountain youth, remember the name. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, cold road, sharp mind. Square piece only, yeah, that deep dish divine. Mechanical engineer, gear spin when I think I build teams like engines. Every part in sync, I've been here since the beginning when the rules fell loose. Back when the game was wild, kinda broken truth. Now it's balanced, stops and spread real wide. Not the same 5 figures on every team side. Yeah, I like it thematic, fun over stress, but don't get it twisted, I still play my best. Top 32 worlds, yeah, I stand my name. Casual at heart, but I still bring flame. Yeah, I stay young, don't crack, don't fade. Detroit nights, clicks on the table, still playing the game. From day one, rolling dice. dice, yeah, I play that lane. Heroclix, the fountain of youth, let it drip like rain. I don't rock one-piece squads, no, that's not me. Give me big, complex teams, let it get messy. X-Men in my blood, yeah, I rep that crew. Beast my favorite, mind, brain strong, fur blue. Gaston was perfect, that trilogy hit. Best actors, best moment, yeah, they nailed that script. Jurassic Park peak, first trilogy run. After that it fell hollow, didn't need another one. If I could, I'd down with Christian, talk science and fate. Before Hollywood milk to seal the franchise fate. No proxies on my table, I like clicks that feel real. If it don't mean something, I don't need that deal. Yeah, I stay young, don't crack, don't fade. Detroit nights, clicks on the table, still playing the game. From day one, rolling dice, yeah, I pay that lane. Heroclix, the fountain of youth, let it drip like rain. I keep what I love, let the rest move on. Sentimental value, figures I run. Tryna recruit my youngest, pass the game down. Spider Gwen, her favorite webs all around. My phone never steady and my hands still shake. I'm moving too fast, every thought first take. Got my license first try, snowstorm outside. Road so bad, they said you good enough, I slide. I hate live action remakes. Disney gotta chill, some art don't translate. They just lose the thrill. Face of the game, yeah, here's my take. Someone who wore the suit like Garfield makes sense. Be filthy casual, yeah, I fly that flag. Fun over fear, never chase the drag. Theme teams, movie vibes, characters align. Same name, same feel, yeah, that's my design. Yeah, I stay young, don't crack, don't fade. Detroit heart, oh so, still ahead of the age. From the first Clix click to the modern day game. Heroclix, the fountain you, forever my lane. Lil Corrion, Mohawk, remember the name. Casual, cool, but I still bring flame. From beast to Gwen, from the past to the day. Heroclix, the fountain you, let it play.